Starting to compose background music can be a rewarding experience. Whether you're aiming to create music for films, video games, podcasts, or other media. In this video, we'll break down the process of composing background music into manageable steps, from understanding the theory to mastering the tools and techniques. We'll explore how to find inspiration, experiment with different sounds, and ultimately create music that seamlessly blends with your project. Before we dive into the nuts and bolts of composing, let's take a moment to appreciate the why behind background music. The beauty of background music is its ability to evoke emotions and enhance the narrative without ever uttering a word. Whether you're scoring a dramatic short film or adding some sonic spice to your latest podcast episode, understanding the purpose of your music is key. All right, let's talk tools of the trade. It's all about the magic of software and virtual instruments. Your DAW is your sonic playground. Popular options include Logic Pro, Ableton Live, Florida Studio, and GarageBand for beginners. These programs come loaded with virtual instruments. Music theory isn't as scary as it sounds. Think of it like learning the alphabet of music. Grasp the basics to unlock creative freedom. Major and minor chords are the happy and sad emojis of music. Start with fundamentals and expand gradually. Even complex symphonies are built on these basics. One of the best ways to learn is by example. So put on your analytical hats, because it's time to dissect some background music masterpieces. Pay attention to how the music ebbs and flows with the visuals, how different instruments are used to evoke specific emotions, and how themes or motifs are introduced and developed. By actively listening and analyzing, you'll start to internalize these techniques and develop your own sonic vocabulary. Ready to start creating some musical magic? Let's begin with a solid foundation. First, choose a key. This is like deciding on the color palette for your sonic painting. Next, set the tempo. A simple chord progression can go a long way in establishing the mood and feel of your track. Once you have your chords, start experimenting with melodies. A catchy melody is like the hook of your song. Remember, you can always add more complexity and variation later on. Now that you have your basic structure, it's time to add some sonic layers and bring your music to life. Start with your rhythm section, usually drums or percussion. Then add your bass line to ground the sound. Now add harmonies and textures. Experiment with strings, pianos, synths, or sound effects. Get creative and think outside the box. It's time to add some dynamics and effects to really make your music shine. Think of it like adding spices to your cooking. A little bit of reverb here, a touch of delay there, and suddenly your music has that professional polish. Effects like reverb and delay can add a sense of space and depth, making it sound like your music is being played in a cathedral or a cavernous hall. If you're composing music for a visual medium like film or video games, syncing your music to the action is crucial. Start by watching the footage and identifying key moments where you want the music to emphasize the action or emotion. Use transitions, builds, or changes in instrumentation to coincide with these moments. Remember, the music should always serve the visuals, not distract from them. You've poured your heart and soul into composing your track, and now it's time to take a step back and listen with a critical ear. Listen to your composition multiple times, focusing on different aspects each time. How's the overall flow? Are there any parts that feel repetitive or jarring? Don't be afraid to ask for feedback from others. A fresh set of ears can often pick up on things you might have missed. Congratulations, you've embarked on the incredible journey of composing music. It takes time, practice, and experimentation to hone your craft. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Explore genres, experiment with time signatures, and try new techniques. The more you experiment, the more you'll discover your unique sound. As you continue on your musical journey, remember that composing background music is about more than just technical proficiency. It's about tapping into your creativity, expressing emotions through sound, and adding a whole new dimension to the projects you're passionate about. Embrace the learning curve, celebrate your progress, and most importantly, have fun. Let your creativity flow and enjoy the journey of composing background music. The world is waiting to hear your sonic stories.